Hello, and welcome to Your Daily Balance, Idaho Central Credit Union's video podcast, where we're here to bring you tips and tricks to help you on your way to achieving financial success. And one of those things that we like to talk about a lot are home loans. And we're here to talk with Mitch Rudder today. Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
Fantastic. We're really going to dig into home loans today.
Let's do it.
This is our VP of Mortgage Sales.
Correct.
And you've been with the credit union a long time, so you're like our guy.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So
I can't wait to ask you all the questions.
I've done it a while. I very, very much enjoy home loans and mortgages and helping our members get into homes. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive right in and answer all those questions for everybody out there.
Deal.
So, what is the main reason, or one of the main reasons, that people should choose Idaho Central Credit Union for their mortgages? What is something that sets us apart?
We've got a lot of different programs and options for people, and besides those programs and options, we're a full-service mortgage lender, and so really any option that you'll hear out there, we've got. But above and beyond that, it's the team that I get to work with,
Yes.
Our loan officers. And I'd like to think that they are the best loan officers in Idaho, best loan officers in the world. They're great people. And that's what I feel sets us apart, is the experience that you'll have with us, the service that we'll provide you, the communication, the expectations, the timely closing, all of those kind of things. And so it's really our people, specifically our loan officers, that will provide that and set us apart.
Yeah. And when we talk about that process, there's so many different options out there. And I know I'd like to talk about options and how they help you get to the right one, and then also how fast they can help you do that.
Yeah.
Like,
our loan officers,
it's incredible.
We like to think so. Our loan officers are the experts, and they're going to help you as a member, as a borrower, choose which loan option is best for you. In addition to that, they're the ones that are going to help push that application and push that loan along. And so in certain circumstances, especially with what we've seen in the market the last 2 years, sellers, if you're buying a home, sellers want you to close, and they want you to close right away.
Yeah.
And so our loan officers and our processes have been set up to accommodate that. If you need to close in 2 weeks, if you need to close in, we can't legally close under 7 days. It has to be at least 7 days based on the requirements that we have to follow. But if you need to close quick, we can accommodate that, and our loan officers are going to be the ones that help you do that.
Yeah. And back to the product part of it, there are so many different options. And I think that's one of the things as a consumer that's a little intimidating, because it's like, well, I want to make sure I'm getting the right type of loan. And I kind of put this pressure on myself to figure out what that's going to be, but I don't have to know that.
No,
like,
and
that's what you're here for.
We want you to have a part in that, right?
Well, absolutely.
And really at the end of the day, it's your decision, but mortgages are a little bit like a dictionary. It's huge. There's so many different options. Do you want to do a fixed rate option? Do you want to do an adjustable rate? Are you looking for a construction loan? Is a 15 or a 20 or a 30? You know, there's all sorts of different things. And our goal is to be able to sit down with you as a member, as a borrower, and discuss those. And really what we want to do is ask you about your goals. Are you looking for your forever home? That's probably a 30-year fixed option, right? Are you looking for a short-term first-time home buyer, probably not going to be in this home in 2 years? Well, there's some different options for that. Are you an investor? Are you looking to buy a rental property or multiple rental properties that you're trying to help renters get into and to create wealth? And so there's a lot of different options, and our loan officers are going to be the ones that will help you, ask you questions, and help you determine what your goals are.
Yeah. And it's pretty smooth. I mean, really, I've done this a couple of times. Yeah. And really, you sit down, they ask you these questions that kind of help put you in the right path based on what you've kind of described. And then you get them the documents they're asking for, and it's like zip, zip, zip.
And we go.
And we go.
A lot of the documents, we've got a great system that when you apply online, we'll ask you for several of those documents. And that helps us just get ahead of the game. And by uploading your pay stubs, some bank statements, some different things like that, we can help you get a better idea of what the process will look like after that, and what programs you'll qualify for.
Yeah. Well, and all of that has led Idaho Central Credit Union to being the #1 home loan lender in Idaho. Yeah.
Something we're very, very proud of. Our 70-plus loan officers work very, very hard every day to help members get into homes. Last year in 2022, we closed just over 5,000 home loans and $1.8 billion in home loan volume. And so something we're very, very proud of. We hope to continue that. And, I know our teams are working hard every day to help Idahoans get into homes.
Yeah, yeah. So right now in the industry, there are a lot of questions. People have been hearing about interest rates changing quickly sometimes, and just some uncertainties. And I think we've done a really great job. You and your team have done a great job coming up with some products that are really timely during this time. So I wanted to hit on a couple of these. So the first one is the 40-year mortgage. I don't know that I had not heard about that until recently, and so it's kind of newer. So we can talk about that.
It is new, and at least from what I've seen, we're one of the few that offer a 40-year term, and something that we hope will help people afford homes. If you read any of news articles about housing, that's been kind of a hot topic, really the last several years, specifically in Idaho, but is affordability and the values and prices of homes have gone up so fast that a lot of Idahoans can't get into homes, and that's difficult. And so what we've done is we've created a first-time home buyer 40-year term mortgage. And what that does is that extends the term of the loan from 30 years out to 40 years. And so it gives you an extra 10 years of repayment, thus making the payment lower. And so people are able to qualify for more home. It's a great product. We're very excited about it. It's gaining a lot of traction. People are very excited to be able to use it because sometimes those home prices are just a little out of reach, and this 40-year term might be something that helps somebody get into that. The great thing about the 40-year product that we have too is there's no down payment requirement. Well, I take that back. A borrower must contribute $1,000 of their own funds, but other than that, it's 100% financing.
Wow.
And so it's a very, very small down payment, $1,000, and something that will help folks get into homes.
Yeah. I love that we're able to figure out ways to really, address the issues that members are currently having. And that's a great one. The next one is I'm going to say ARM because that's what people call it a lot, but it stands for Adjustable Rate Mortgage.
Correct.
So can you talk about what that is, what it means, and when it's a good idea to look at that?
Yeah, so an adjustable rate mortgage is the opposite of a fixed rate. And so a fixed rate means you're going to lock in an interest rate, let's say 6%, and it's going to stay that for the whole loan, the entire term of the loan. Where an adjustable rate mortgage, it will adjust. Usually an adjustable rate has a fixed initial term, usually 5 years. And then every 6 months or 3 years or 5 years after that, that rate will adjust based on what the market is. The great thing about adjustable rate mortgages is that's usually a little bit lower up front in that first initial term than in a fixed rate option. The scary thing about an ARM is at the end is that rate can fluctuate, and that can get a little bit tricky at times. And so an ARM usually is a great option for a home buyer that is going to be in a home a short amount of time, that their thought process, their vision is going to be, hey, I'll probably be in this home 3 to 5 years. An ARM for somebody like that is great. We have some great first-time homebuyer ARMs. Someone that, is maybe on a fixed income and is in their forever home, maybe an ARM isn't the greatest option for them. But again, that's why our loan officers are here, because we want to sit down and talk about your goals, and let's plan out some of that and see what that looks like and help you along that path.
Yeah. I love that. And that's really the key here is like, you have to figure out the right combination of all of these things. And that's what we're here to do. Yeah. So the next one is float downs. Yeah. Kind of another new concept.
The other industry headline, if you will, in the mortgage industry, in addition to affordability, is the rapid increase of interest rates, and specifically mortgage interest rate. I don't know how long mortgage rates have been around, but it's been a long time. And so we've seen an extremely rapid increase of mortgage rates. And so we want to be able to, again, help people get the best rate. And so we've have some different options for float downs. The first one is let's say, Laura, you come to me and you lock in your home loan on a Monday. What happens Tuesday if those rates go down? We'll give that to you for free. We'll let you float down to that rate for free within 24 hours of your initial lock. And then after that, up until the time that you close, we'll let you float down for a very small fee. Depending on what your loan amount is, that fee could range anywhere from $300 to $800, possibly even more than that if you have a larger loan amount, but usually it's a very small fee, and it's usually very much worth it if those rates have dropped. And so really we'll let you do that up until the time that you close. And so your loan officers will keep an eye on that. We want you to keep an eye on that and have those conversations with your loan officer to decide in that closing process, is it a good time to use that float down option? it's not just one option. We'll let you do it as many times as you want, but when is the best time to do that to capitalize and get the best interest rate?
Yeah, yeah. The next one, and I think the last one we'll hit on today, is the extended rate lock. And this is really for people who are building a home.
Correct.
And how does that work?
We've got kind of two options there. So folks that are building a home, we want them to be able to lock in a rate if they like that rate when they're under contract. And your home's probably just dirt right now, right? And it's going to take 6 months or even a year. And we want to give them that option to lock that rate and then to be able to float down during that process should rates drop. The other option we have is what we call lock and shop, meaning you can lock in a rate before you have a home under contract. And we'll give you a time period to go out and find that home and to get it under contract, and you can keep that rate that you locked in. Rates are very volatile. They're moving up and down all the time. And so our loan officers are experts there, and we want to help you again, get the best rate that you can. And so those are some of the different options that we have to help our members and borrowers.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's really the key to remember through all of this. And I know we've hit on it a couple of times too, but those mortgage loan officers are experts. They know the right questions to ask. You just sit down with them and they're just going to help you all the way through this thing.
Yeah, it's a great honor and privilege in my life to be able to work with them, and they're out to help people. Yeah. And that's really what we want to do, is help members achieve financial success. And that home ownership piece is huge in that financial success. Yeah. And they're great people, and they're out helping and serving, and something I'm really proud to be part of.
Yes. So when somebody's ready to take that step of home ownership, how do they get in touch with somebody? How's the best way for them to start this process?
Whatever is easiest for the member, for the borrower.
Okay.
You can stop by a branch and visit with somebody in person. One of our financial service officers will take an application with you face-to-face, ask some questions, maybe even get a few documents from you, and then they will transfer that and assign it to a mortgage loan expert, mortgage loan officer. Our goal is to get in touch with you within 24 hours and start that process.
Fast.
We hope it is.
I think that's
we want to be. Another great option is to call in. You can call into our member contact center. They'll get you routed to the correct place. Where most people start is online. In our beautiful new ICCU.com. Yeah. There's a couple drop downs. Apply for a home loan. Contact a specialist. You can see everybody there. That system is safe, it's secure, you can upload documents, it'll ask you questions, it'll take you step by step, and then that will then be routed and again assigned to a loan officer unless there's somebody on the website that you choose, and feel free to reach out to them and they'll get you set up.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
It is. We want to make it easy.
It is easy. I can speak from experience. It's slick. So, well, thank you so much for being here today. It has been really awesome. I think kind of talking through some of those more, I don't know, there's just things that you don't know.
World.
It's complicated, yeah, but you guys make it easy, so that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and you'll be notified of any future episodes that are coming at you, and we will see you next time.